Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam372. As you may remember, Krishna married Satya. 236, Bhadra and Lakshmana. Shrutakirti was Krishna's aunt, Vasudeva's sister, and her daughter was Bhadra. She was the princess of Kekaya. She became Krishna's wife. Lakshmana was a princess of Madra Desa. Like Rukmini, she was in the habit of listening to people talk about Krishna, and she wanted to be his wife. Her father, Brihatsena, knew what his daughter desired. He also knew that several princes were interested in her. He was not a very powerful king, and so he could not afford to incur their enmity by openly showing his preference for Krishna. He therefore set a test, and the winner could have Lakshmana's hand. The test was similar to the Matsya Yantra, which Drupada had set up, and which Arjuna pierced with 5 arrows. There was a slight difference, though. What Arjuna tackled was a target in the shape of a fish, which was revolving at a height. The contestant was able to see it directly. He should see the reflection in a vessel filled with oil, which was placed underneath it. Looking at the reflection, he had to shoot his arrows and fell the Matsya. This fish could be seen clearly when one looked inside the vessel of oil. But the one set up by Brihatsena was even more difficult. The Matsya was covered. The contestant had to look at the vessel of oil in which the entire yantra was reflected, but the Matsya was not visible from outside. The archer had to gauge instinctively where to shoot and fell the Matsya. Many kings had assembled in the hall, and one after another they went to the dais where the yantra was set up. And one by one they came back without being able to hit the target. The Kaurava princes were there, and also the Pandavas. Seeing that Krishna had come as a seeker of the hand of the princess, Arjuna made up his mind not to try, remembering the Swayamvara of Draupadi, when Krishna assumed the role of a spectator. Finally, when everyone had failed, Krishna went up to the platform. He lifted the bow and strung it easily. He then took up an arrow, and looking inside the vessel full of water, he shot the arrow. With a single arrow, he felled Matsya. The sun was in conjunction with the star Abhijit when this was achieved by Krishna. The heavens made music and rained flowers on Krishna when the Matsya was hit by him. Lakshmana, dressed in white silks, walked to Krishna. Her face was cast down because of her shyness, and a smile lit up the blush which suffused her face. Her steps were slow, and she looked like a swan when she walked. The anklets she wore made tinkling music, and there was no other noise in the hall. She stole a glance at him, who was standing with a smile on his lips, and she placed a garland made of gems on his neck. There was great celebration which followed the event. Krishna placed her in his chariot and was about to leave when the other kings, who had not been successful, tried to stop him and tried to fight with him. Krishna's bow, famed by the name Sharanga, was too powerful for all of them, and soon they had to beat a hasty retreat. In the chariot driven by Daruka, Krishna returned to Dwarka with his new bride. All 8 queens of Krishna were very happy, and among them Rukmini was dearest to the heart of Krishna. 237, Narakasura. Narakasura was a thorn in the side of Indra. He had become very powerful, and he was able to defeat Indra. He took the precious earrings which adorned the ears of Aditi, the mother of Indra. He also took by force the famed umbrella of Varuna. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.